Welcome back, everyone. I hope you all are having a very blessed day. And today I'm back with another lesson to embrace one of the best tools that we can towards manifestation. As you can see on the whiteboard, it's affirmations. So you're going to see two parts in this video. I actually recorded the first part prior to making this part, and I was trying to upload it, but something was deep inside telling me like wait for a bit. And so there were situations that didn't make me feel like uploading it. But today I received the downloads. When I tell you always I'm connected to source or the consciousness, I receive downloads frequently, and so will you. It's basically inner guidance. I received the final part of information that is super important for each and every single one of you that's watching to get a proper understanding of affirmations. Before you go out into doing anything in life, it's important to know what you're doing, to know in depth of whatever that is you're doing, what outcome is it going to bring within you. I always say don't expect external outcomes, don't expect external validation, and don't add logic towards receiving whatever it is that work you're doing into. But knowing what effect it can have into your life is super important to you as a person. For example, let's understand we go out to work out. We can either do random workouts and just tell that, yeah, we got our workout done and it's gonna have an effect on you. But when you have direction, when you have intention, when you have a strategy on your workout, like structure, let's say, you are better equipped towards getting a better outcome out of your workouts. Because now you know you do these many sets and these many reps, and there's a proper layout. Otherwise, you're just randomly using this machine, that machine, and you're just walking out there, walking out of that place with no great effect, because you had no direction. You didn't know what you're expecting, what was the intention, what outcome could you expect. But that's why affirmation is something everyone who embarks on the journey of manifestation is very well aware of, because it's like the 101. Everyone's like, do affirmations, do the journal writing, do the meditations, etc. But if you're doing your affirmations, it's not just a bunch of positive words that you just blast out into the air. There's an in-depth understanding what it's going to unlock within your mind and your heart that's going to help you manifest your desires into this reality, right? So when we step out, understanding what I'm going to teach over here today is how affirmations basically affect our consciousness. In this first part is going to be how is affirmation going to affect consciousness. And so what you need to understand is, as I mentioned, it's not just words you blast into the air and your desires come in. You need to understand the depth of parallel realities, multidimensional possibilities, and infinite realities that exist in the present moment. So they say, even I say it, but it's from a position of trying to make you understand that your desire is in the future, right? Like this is what they say. There is no past. When it comes down to reality or like existence, there is no past and there is no future. There is only the present moment, that is now. And within the confinements of now lies all the realities. So there's no age, there's no time. So even when you were 1 year old, there still existed the version of you that's 23 years old or 25 years old or 30 years old, 100 years old. All of them exist in the same timeline. Like at the same time, at the same moment, all of them exist. But life is a beautiful journey that you have to go through. It's not that at 1 year old you want to jump into 30-year-old and be a successful businessman or whatever it is, right? You want to enjoy your life. There's no need to rush anything. The journey of going from a 0 years old to a person who, whatever age you are, there's a lot of wisdom, knowledge you collected along the way that's going to help you out, right? And so it's important to understand all of it exists in the present moment, while your memory has collection of the past and it doesn't have any recollection of any future events, but it just makes assumptions about the future event. You need to let go of the past, because the past will sometimes make you keep repeating patterns, because what the ego likes to do is it likes to stick to whatever you're aware of, whatever you're certain about. And so that means you have to keep sticking to past. You're not embracing the uncertainty and getting catapulted into a whole new reality that's waiting for you, because you like to stick to what's comfortable for you, what's aware to you, and it's your way of being in a survival instinct, right? But embracing the uncertainty is the highest level of letting go and being powerful and surrendering yourself to the infinite possibilities that consciousness holds for you. And so this is what I'm going to get into depth over here about, is how does affirmations affect consciousness, right? Now let's just understand first parallel realities. Let's just say this is reality 1, reality 2, reality 3, all the way to reality infinity. Cool. Now reality 1 is where we currently are at now. Your consciousness is in this moment. So don't think of this as a human being. Think of it as still, it's either as a human being or as consciousness, which is nothing but just nothing. It's just everything and nothing, right? So this is consciousness, and that exists within us. And so there's a present moment where we exist here also, where we exist here also, and where we exist here also. I probably, when I'm speaking about something here, I'm speaking something here, I'm speaking something in all infinite realities, I'm speaking and I'm conscious. In every reality, I am conscious. There's no reality of me where I'm not conscious. Now it's a matter of me tapping into that reality or that state of consciousness in each of these realities I'm in. Stick with me. I know it might be overwhelming, and I believe each of you has the capability to understand. And so understanding this is what's going to make your affirmations have so much effect into your life, because now you know why you're using it and how it'll affect you. So we exist in all of these realms, all of these parallel realities, we exist. So this reality, let's say, is the reality. Okay, the ink's over in this. Let's say this is the reality where you have where you figure out your purpose in life. Let's say this is the reality where you have figured out, you have your dream house, dream home, whether it's a mansion, whether it's a apartment, whatever it is. It's very simple, very, very simple to understand this and how it's going to have effects on your consciousness. How do you unlock your purpose? Because I meet a lot of people who keep telling me everything's great in my life, but something's lacking within me, and that's finding purpose or a goal. And that's what people need to understand. No matter how much material wealth, whatever it is that you have, everything you could probably have in external world, but your soul craves for something that is finding its purpose. And when it doesn't find that purpose of living, it really triggers you into going out there and finding. And every time you question, your subconscious mind will help you get those answers, either internally or it'll take you through situations that helps you awaken yourself to finding out what's your purpose. Similarly, like when you want your dream house, whatever it is, you ask the question, what does it take me to be a person who's able to attract or receive a dream house, dream car, whatever it is, or find my purpose? What should I do? These questions, every wisdom that you need to know how to live your life, you have it within you. That's why everyone's blueprint is different, and you have the whole rule book on how to live it perfectly, uniquely, to live your own life within you. There's no requirement for you to depend on anything external. You don't need to depend on strategies set out by people in the external reality. You don't need to depend on people who are wiser or older than you. Everything that you need is there within you for you to live your life, because at the end of the day, the final essence is being able to live our life to the best possible way that we can possibly live for ourselves. We don't need to follow someone else's strategy to live our life, because as I mentioned, your consciousness You are split. Consciousness has split you into multiple human beings, right? There's multiple human beings with consciousness, but we are all connected to source at the end of the day. And each of us have a unique blueprint that we can access and live our life. And this is how we're going to use our consciousness to tap in to the consciousness in each reality that we exist in. So there's a guy who's conscious here, there's a guy version of you who's conscious here, and there's a version of you conscious here and here. Now it's a matter of how do we get from point 1 to here, or from point here to here. It's very simple. That's where affirmations comes in, right? Let me just erase the board and explain it to you. I hope you guys are following along with me as I explain it. So now, what affirmations you can look at it is as so this is a door with a lock, and this is a key. This key is your affirmation. This lock is where your affirmation will fit into, and this door and lock together opens up the doors to wisdom. Behind this closed door lies the wisdom required for you to live your life. It's if there's anything that you want to do, anything that you're passionate about, anyhow you want to find your purpose, it's behind this closed door. Either you can go through a series of learning books, applying various strategies and everything, and applying different people's rules and books to achieve whatever desire or whatever result it is. That is definitely one way, but there's an easier way. That's what I'm teaching. That is to unlock it with your own key, and this door that you open will only give you wisdom uniquely specified for your life and to take you in that path or your blueprint, to follow your own blueprint. Is not to stick around with the herd, is to do something entirely different, which will open up doors to uncertainty, but is not risky or scary uncertainties. It's positive, and it's these uncertainties that you pass through which will open huge levels of abundance for you, because you surrendered, you've submitted, and you've let go of any outcomes or any expectation, and you've left it to the universe, God, or source to take care of it. But the only thing you're looking for is the wisdom, knowledge, emotional feelings to just keep your inner states peaceful, because you understand as long as the inner world is peaceful and safe, external world will always cater to your requirement, always. But now, when you stop depending on the external world and you're seeking information, you can seek for everything within you, because consciousness or source, let's say for example God, has all the information that you need. This entity is all knowing. This entity has every power to make everything happen. So you can just ask God for whatever you need, right? This is how it works, right? Like people who believe in God, just ask God and God gives it to them. Same way you can ask source or consciousness for whatever it is that you need, and this thing, consciousness, source, whatever it is, will open the doors to you. But there's one key thing that you need to do. That is believe and know that you already possess this information and have it. And all you need to do is match your current state of consciousness to the state of consciousness that you're trying to achieve. I was going to say future, but I don't want to confuse people in this concept that there is no past and future, even though it's a desire that you have in the future that you wanted. So in this present moment, like where we think from, let's say, physical realm, yes, it's a future incident, but when you think about it from consciousness level, it's existing in the present moment, and you can achieve it at the immediate moment. Because when you keep mental limitations of thinking something is future past, you won't get it immediately in the next moment, and you'll always have this limitation within your body and mind that things take time. But things don't really take time. It's a limitation that you've set, because the minute you can vibrate at a certain emotional state, you'll immediately have whatever it is you desire. Because it's very important for you to feel it first, and then everything will come into your external reality. Because reality, as we know, is plastic, and your intentions and your beliefs, what you put into your subconscious, will make reality into whatever it is that you need. It will collapse reality into what it is that you truly have within you in your subconscious mind. So it's always able to be bent according to your favor, reality, right? The physical realm. It's plastic, it's nothing real about it. And so, how do we match? So you guys have understood this. Just keep this in your mind, because I'm gonna go and touch base on that again. Now let's just go into finding your purpose. Let's take that as key. You are in the present moment as reality 1, and you want to reach the state in reality 2 where you found your purpose. So there's you in consciousness 1, and let's just name this as consciousness 2. How do we reach consciousness 2 from the current state of consciousness? You can expand your consciousness to reach consciousness 2, tap into the feelings, feel it, and even if reality takes a bit of time to change, because in the physical world there's always time, and if all the manifestations that you truly desired happen immediately, there will be a certain level of chaos. So once you feel it, once you know it, once you've received the thoughts that this new state of mind that you has, then trust that it's happened. Let go and continue living your life. Enjoy it, because you've entered a new reality. You've done the job. You've done the inner work. You have absolutely nothing to worry about. Trust me, from my heart, I'm telling it to you all. So back to affirmations, how you will reach consciousness level 2. See, there's various levels and ways to do it, but right now we're talking about affirmations. So let's stick to how we can embrace this tool, affirmations, to be in our favor, right? As I always say, affirmations holds the keys to your lock to unlock wisdom. Always. It's not just random positive words that you use that will help you manifest anything in reality. You guys need to take your mind out of wanting too much in external reality. It's all yours, but don't be like, oh, I did this but I didn't get it. You're sending a signal of lack to the universe, to your inner universe. You're broadcasting the signal to the quantum field around you that, yeah, I still don't have it. You gotta be like in that state of, screw it, I have everything that I need, so I'm not worried. Because the more you keep telling, I'm doing the affirmations but nothing's coming, I'm doing the meditation, nothing's coming, so you're signaling to the quantum field that I don't have. And your quantum field is the canvas board where you imprint your energy, and this energy gets printed on it, and it comes back into your 3D reality, and it'll keep telling you, okay, so he doesn't have it, let's create a reality where this person still doesn't have whatever it is that they desire. The minute you get out of that lack frequency and into a frequency of abundance and conviction that you have everything that you need, your quantum field, the canvas board where you paint your energy onto, will imprint, this person has everything, so give him more of whatever it is that they require, because whatever you put on to the whatever that you have in your inner state will get magnified and be put on to the external reality, right? So consciousness 1, let's say, doesn't possess what consciousness 2 has, that is purpose. Consciousness 1 is figuring it out. So when you're figuring things out, the thoughts that you have would most probably be in doubt, like, what am I supposed to do? Or in like, so you're asking yourself, what am I supposed to be doing in this life? It'll be like, am I worthy, for example? Am I worthy? Do I have any value in life? It's going to be a lot of conflicting thoughts that prevents you from, thinking about yourself from a higher perspective, or thinking of yourself as a valued person, because you don't have whatever it is you desire. Imagine you have a laptop. I mean, you don't have a laptop, so it's hard for you to believe that you don't have a laptop. Wait, did I say it right? Imagine you don't have a laptop, so it's hard for you to believe you have a laptop. There we go. So it's like, unless you see it, feel it in physical reality, it's hard for a lot of us to believe it. But what if I told you, you don't need to feel it and see it in physical reality? You can see it and feel it in the mental reality, and bring forth into your physical reality with minimal effort, where money doesn't matter. It just gets manifested. How it happens is super illogical. It'll just happen for you. Right now, we're all aware of how we can buy things with money. But what if I told you there's a way you can make things happen without any freaking logic? Because there's infinite ways of things that can happen for you. Either someone just comes and gives it to you, either someone delivers some laptop to you, either you just walk in the store and they're giving a free laptop out to you, either you just walk into your office or your business place and someone just gives you their old laptop. There's so many possibilities of way things can happen without using money, because we've limited ourselves and we've been programmed and made to believe that money is the only way that we can achieve whatever it is that we truly desire. So that's where I'm taking you out of this belief and this self-construct that you've put into your mind, that in order to achieve whatever it is, you have a lot of doubt that, oh, okay, so if I have to get a car, I probably need money. Take that out of your mind. Yes, money will come to you. I'm not saying neglect money. I'm just saying neglect only one possibility of things happening. Account for all the infinite possibilities of things happening out for you. This is purely logical. Why can't you imagine yourself to be capable of receiving without even money, without even spending a dime? And I'm telling you this is possible, because once you finish it in the mind and you feel it in your heart, you don't need to see it. Because right now what we see is like, okay, I have the money, so it's more believable that I can have a laptop. But what if I told you that you have your laptop in this present moment because I've time traveled into a future reality or version of you that has a laptop? Then you'll be like, oh shit, when do I have it? I'll be like, yeah, on the date of June 1st, you have your laptop with you. Then you just stay in a state of belief and knowing that, yeah, on June 1st, I'm getting my laptop. I don't know, Fadl told me, because one way or the other it happened, because he's seen me in a future timeline that I have it. So it's like, consider yourself that God is speaking to you, or consciousness or source is telling you, you have this. I can't tell you the exact time because time doesn't exist in the mental plane. So you have it in the present moment. It's just a matter of you aligning your vibrational state, your emotional state, and adopting that frequency so that you can be in the state of receiving or attracting whatever it is you truly desire. So, what would be the thoughts of someone who's found their purpose? This person would be worthy. He would feel himself highly valued. He knows what he is doing. He or she, he knows. He is aligned. His thoughts would be, let's say he knows. So you're always in the state of, I know what I have to do every day. I know what I'm supposed to do because I know my purpose. I know that I have to help change a lot of people's lives through various other ways and methods that I know. And you're always in a state of value, like, yes, I'm a valuable person because this is the value that I provide to the world. And there's a bunch of thoughts, like there's infinite number of thoughts you have on a per day basis, like 80,000, 70,000 thoughts that come in, but it's just high vibrational thoughts that are in your head. So we can just say, like, if I'm someone who's on my purpose, I would be like, I know what I'm doing. I know what's my next step. I know the inspired action take. And this person, okay, that I'll put it into the feelings, but basically it's someone who has consider himself as worthy, he knows, and high vibrational thoughts basically. That is high states, emotional states, right? Highly vibrational thoughts. There's no doubt, there's no lack of confidence. Because if you knew what you were here to do, and you can do a lot of things, but you just know what you want to do in this present moment, you're just gonna be taking action and living your life. And you'll be in so much peace because you know exactly what you need to do. When you don't know what you need to do, your mind is scattered. You're just like, what do I do today? What do I do tomorrow? What do I do in the next minute? Like, I'm so bored, I'm so lazy. You just go into that self-sabotage phase. And similarly, what feelings would these people, consciousness 1 and consciousness 2, be feeling? Because I told you, it's a mind-heart coherence, right? You gotta make sure, follow me here, that your mind and heart are synced. And that's how you will be able to manifest at ease. Because the mind likes logic, the heart loves to feel, and if you don't have them both together, you'll be acting from a state of ego, and this will be just acting from a state of just feelings without any direction or any control. You don't want someone who's just emotional all the time. You want someone who's emotionally intelligent. But emotionally intelligent comes with the mind and heart being linked together, because your mind will always give the heart direction to pour its feelings or its energy, the emotions, into a direction that is valuable or beneficial for you both. And so, consciousness 1 and consciousness 2, what are they feeling? Because we went through the thoughts, now we need to go through what do they feel. Consciousness 1 would feel lower states, lower emotional states, because they're in lack, because they don't know. Lack, because they don't know. They're doubting themselves, right? There's a lot of doubt. And just let's say anxiety or whatever, like to understand anxiety, because you don't know what to do, you're constantly in a state of like rushing or urgency, etc., right? Because you don't know what to do and you want to do something, so you're like anxious, what's my next step, but only if you know can you stop being anxious. But what would someone who is in consciousness 2, who knows his purpose, he's in high emotional states, like he's joyful, let's say, he's peaceful, because you know now, why do you have to rush anything? Peaceful, you're in joy because you're doing what you love, you're in abundance, no more lack, super confident because you know what you need to do and you're happy to do it because it makes you fulfilled. And there's no anxiety, you're just always calm and composed. So these are the feelings also you're on. That's the most important. So when both of these thoughts and feelings are aligned, what happens? Let's go. When consciousness 1, thoughts plus feelings, are aligned with thoughts plus feelings, when in this present moment where you exist now, but you also exist here, but let's say physically right now you exist here, okay? It's very confusing. It's a crazy ass flipping rabbit hole if you start going into it. But you exist here now in physical time, in the present moment. Your thoughts, as I told, were these, but now you've been able to convert your thoughts by intentionally using affirmations, which help you get into a state of believing that you have everything. So when you're in the state of first saying, I don't know my purpose, versus when you start saying yourself, I know my purpose, I'm living a purposeful life, you intentionally do it, and intentionally now your thoughts and feelings will come here. This consciousness 2, thoughts and feelings, are here now. And so basically Remember, the minute you say, I am living my purpose, I have found my purpose, you have entered the new reality, and you have to believe it and know it, that because it's just that question itself is the awakening part that's put you into the new reality, that what is my purpose. That immediately shows you one day you woke up and now you're thinking about purpose. Where did that thought come from? You didn't have it like 5 years ago, you didn't have it 5 minutes ago, you didn't have it 5 seconds ago. That's literally source consciousness, whatever is speaking to you and telling you. Ask this question to yourself so you can open the doors to wisdom that's required. So the minute you ask it, automatically your subconscious gives you a bit of hints of what it is that you want to do. But since you have your mind all cluttered up, it's hard to find clarity into what you want to do. And so to get clarity, it's important that you start tapping into your mind by saying things that you have in the present moment. I have found my purpose. I'm living my dream life right now. And so what happens is you open your doors towards the person, the version of you, the consciousness of you that is living the dream life. And when it's like going and meeting the future version of you, or that version that exists in another timeline, and asking them like, hey, what are we doing now? And they giving you all the information. Hey, listen, right now we're doing this, we've achieved all our dreams, we have the dream life, we have our dream woman or a husband, whatever it is, and we're doing this and that. And you ask them, what is it that I did to reach this? Yeah, so just do this is what we did, and these are the things we did. So you're getting information, wisdom, knowledge from the future version of you. That is basically them passing their thoughts on to you for you to take those inspired action that will help you lead yourself to that version that already exists. Do you get me? So that's basically what it is. You don't need to now do a thing for 5 years, whatever, because that version of you that you met in your mental plane, they won't tell it to you that it took us 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is. They just tell you like, we did this, apply it right now, whatever. It's like people go through a journey of learning stuff for 5 to 10 years, and now they've simplified and learned it in such an easy way that they don't teach their students to do it over a span of 5 years, because they found the simplified version of doing it. So your future version, that version of you, consciousness too, who has achieved everything in their life, won't tell you that this is how you do it. They'll tell you like, erase all the mistakes, this is what all mistakes we made, this is what took us so much time to achieve, but at the end of the day, it was that moment when we did this that led us up to this path, right? And so when they pass on that thoughts to you, you've opened your thoughts and you've awakened yourself to, okay, so this is what I need to do. You got clarity now, and with clarity comes the feeling of peace and joy and happiness, that thank you, I finally got what it is that I need. I'm just gonna be in peace. I'm gonna do whatever it is necessary, not in a rush state, because I know I have that version of me I met. He told me, stay calm, that you have everything and you just need to do this. Avoid these, but do this and you will have everything that you need. So now that future version of you is basically in a guidance that will tell you everything in the present moment, because of your connection with source consciousness. That inner guidance constantly comes to you to do the exact steps that you want to do, and it comes in autopilot from you. Don't have to push yourself or work too hard towards doing it, because now you're in heart mind sync. You will only do things that make you feel good, and you will only resonate with things that will make you mentally feel at peace. And so you'll just be taken in a direction autopilot. Like if you do something that makes you unhappy, you have to push yourself. But if it's something that makes you happy, you have this perspective in your mind that, okay, this is something that makes me happy. You're gonna happily go and do it. You'll have all the energy to go and do it. So those inspired action that you have to do will happen in peace. But you have to mentally train yourself. Without training, there is no way you're going to reach wherever it is, because in the current state, you have doubt, you have lack of confidence, and you're going to tell me that without training, you're going to reach there. Cool. It's like, I don't have any hatred towards people who are fat or obese or whatever, but if they want to get in their best shape and they say like, I'm going to eat a packet of chips, and they're going to just sit and be lazy all day around and still get the results, cool. If you believe your mental capability of tapping into different consciousness is possible, yes, 100% it's possible. But if you're not, which I believe that most people who are obese and stuff have a mental inability of putting in that effort, they're not going to reach. You need to train yourself to get a push-up or a muscle-up or whatever it is. You can't just walk up and not know the technique, because over repetitions, that is affirmations, over repetition, you're training your mind to understand and reinforce yourself that you are fully capable of whatever it is that you have to do and want to do and achieve, because you're seeing your strength develop, you're seeing your visions getting stronger, that you're able to vision the muscle up very often, because it is at the end of the day a visual journey. This reality experience is a visual journey, because whatever is in your mind is just being thrown out into this holographic simulation, and you're just visually going through it, even though there is the concept of physical effort and everything. But the end of the day is just a visual journey. So the more better you are at visioning, the more faster that you will be equipped to learning things and doing things, because you've already finished it in the mental plane, like how I always say. And so as you align with the thoughts and feelings of consciousness too, that is someone who's found their purpose, you will enter into this state. Like there's no way you will miss. So now when you enter this state of whatever it is in consciousness too, not only do you get the knowledge, but as I always say, everything originates from the mind. The minute your mind has seen it, felt, and your heart has felt it, it will come into physical reality. You will manifest. Manifest is the process of bringing something from your mind into the physical reality. It will get manifested once you've seen it, felt it. So when you're someone who's following purpose, this is what God or the universe, whatever it is, loves for you to do, that you are in a state of joy and happiness and passion. Your emotional states are super energetic. You will use that energy to manifest things that are beneficial for you and provide you with all the resources required for you to live an abundant and amazing life. So that's why I always say, follow the things that will bring peace into your heart, that will make you passionate about living, that will bring joy, that will bring happiness. Don't think that being emotionally unintelligent, pushing emotions away, doing things by force is what's going to make you successful. It might bring you money, but that's not success. It might bring you material goods, but it's not success, because success truly comes from being at peace at whatever you're doing, not following someone else's trend, not following other people's strategy. Because I told you, you can tap into your own strategies and your own wisdom by using affirmations. I hope this made sense, because so basically when you say something enough times, you don't need to say it enough time, because now I gave you an understanding. The minute you question yourself with something, you've tapped into the new reality that you're trying to pounce in. You're just in the center of it, because let's say C1, you don't know what's your purpose, and this is C2, and you don't know, you know your purpose, and this is where in this timeline that's in the between of both, you question, what is my purpose? So you're just here in between, and it's the decisions that you make that'll take you to C2, that's consciousness 2, or the reality where what you want exists. And the question will make your subconscious give you the answers. But if you do an affirmation, if you affirm to yourself, you have it, you know what you need to do, you know already, it will also instigate the feelings, and you have no other option but to bring over consciousness state 2 into this reality. You will manifest that emotional state, and you will manifest everything that you need in this physical reality to reinforce that you have achieved your purpose, because you know that, okay, this is my purpose and I've manifested whatever it is. Like for example, I wanted to be an entrepreneur, I wanted to be a family guy, I wanted to be someone who mentors people. I didn't have this stuff in the past, but the minute I started mentally training myself and changing my beliefs and going towards a path of finding my purpose, finally started doing the things that I wanted to do, and I found my purpose, and now I know I have manifested everything that I wanted at one point. and it continues manifesting, because as long as I'm living right now, I'm manifesting. This whole world, this room is being manifested. But when it comes to my desires, that too is getting manifested as long as I've aligned myself with the manifestation. So if it's something new that I want to embark on, I'm going to just go and expand my consciousness to thinking the way that that future version of me will think, and to know that it's not too hard. Like, how will this person think? How is this version of me thinking? No, you just need to sit and tell, if I want to take my business to the next level, I'll just stay in the belief that I know where my business is heading. I have that successful business that I'm doing. So what I was getting to is, when you question it, when you affirm to yourself that yes, you know what it is that you're doing, or you know what your purpose is, believe and know that it's done. The process is done, that where you have whatever it is that you need, or that purpose you want, it's done. Like, you don't need to keep repeating to yourself till it comes into physical reality. Now it's just a matter of repeating to yourself so that you can expand your consciousness. You get more and more thoughts, because the more you're connected to consciousness 2 is going to give you the thought patterns or the assumptions that's required for you to understand yourself better, so that you become who you have to be in order to attract that purpose and all the resources and everything that is required for you to manifest that desired reality, basically, to be in the energy state of whoever you are when you tap into finding your purpose. So believing and repeating this constantly is the best possible way that I find. See, everyone has their own methods, and I know all of the methods, and I find affirmations one of the most easiest ways to expand your knowledge, because I told you, it's just putting a key into the lock, opening it. You always get the assumptions. You're always going to get the assumptions from direct consciousness or source, that here are the thoughts, because now you've just jumped into a new reality. It's not about you physically going into that reality, it's your consciousness stepping into that reality. Physical body is always going to exist in the 3D plane, but the mental consciousness is just going to be able to move around to parallel realities, infinite realities, multi-dimensional travel, different planets, different Milky Way galaxies. That is the power of the human being. We have consciousness that helps us travel all over the flipping universe and the Milky Ways and the galaxy. That's called astral body projections and stuff, right? It's just consciousness moving around the entire world and wherever it is. And so the minute you jump into a new reality, you're going to get proof that you've jumped, because new thoughts come in from out of the blue. Illogically, you're going to get thoughts that you never possessed before, that helps you understand, oh, that's crazy, I never thought about it before like this. But that's you tapping into the new state, and now you believe that you're existing and getting more thoughts. It doesn't matter whether you manifest it into your 3D world, it will happen in the 3D. You never miss a manifestation if it's meant for you. But getting that thoughts itself is super important, because now you have clarity on where you need to head, and that thoughts will give you the exact inspired actions you need to take in order to manifest everything that you want into your 3D reality. But affirmation is super important. If you're going to ignore affirmations, you're going to struggle with, let's say, expanding your consciousness, because this is one of the most easiest ways. It's a 101, and I still use it till date to always manifest things into the 3D, let's say. And it's not about saying, yes, I have a car, yes, I have this, yes, I have a nice watch. It's about much bigger than that. It's about, I told you, emotional state is the most important. If you can affirm to yourself you're at a state of peace, stress-free, you're living an effortless life, that is much more important, because a person who needs nothing will always have everything from the external world. Like, best believe it, this is how the things work. You're a magnetizing piece of shit, and you will attract everything in external reality, because everything in external reality is energy, and energy is basically just getting attracted to you because you possess the energy. Let's say there is no polarity, but it's just your energy is magnetizing, and there are other energy forces existing all around that will get magnetized to you, because you possess the opposite charge of whatever it is that has to bring forth all of this that exists in external reality. So start affirmations and watch part 2 of my video to understand more in depth. But this is the most important video you will need to understand, and watch part 2 and it'll make much more sense to you. And I hope you all have a great and blessed day.